Wow. Okay. That seems to be working. I just want to check and make sure. Really fast. Okay. I don't know how to make the lines go away. Maybe if I don't know if that will help anything. No. That doesn't seem to help. Oh well. Can't really do anything with that, can I? I feel like it's backwards. Yes. Oh well. Can't do anything about that either. So I have a paintbrush and some water and ink tints, and I have some pens. Just gonna move this onto my other screen. Okay. So, if you guys saw the, not that anybody's watching it now, but if you guys saw the message that I left on my community tab, you'll know that we had like a really bad storm here over basically Friday evening and a little bit on Saturday also. So I didn't really do too much because I didn't want to get into too much of it. So frost, I decided to, frost a cupcake. So I'm gonna just work on this one for now, and then yeah, it's just been kind of crazy. I've been playing Ark with my daughter, so that's kind of funny too. Trying to kind of be a little bit quiet though, because it's 2 o'clock in the morning here. I can't sleep, and I don't know why. So no idea, but I figured I should probably log off of the game because she went to bed a long time ago. And yeah, so I'm here doing this instead. I think I'm gonna do it this way. Maybe that way. There we go. I think I like that better than what I had drawn on the pencil. So for frost, I decided to do a cupcake, or at least a kind of a funny version of a cupcake, because I used to decorate cakes for fun. And I thought that that would be kind of funny to just have some silly little cupcakey thing here. I kind of like that. And we'll just take this line this way, over this to the side, and kind of just follow through like this, just gentle lines. Then I've got my eraser. And get rid of those pencil lines because we don't need those now. And to add color or not to add color. I don't know, I kind of want to, part of me is like add color and then other part of me is like, nah. Does every single thing need color? But then again, I don't really know. And this is just like a tiny piece off of a full eraser thing somewhere. I don't know why I do that. I like to take them apart. The ones I use for pencil. The ones I use for my pastels, however, those ones are always apart. They're always in a big ball like this. This is kind of funny. So let's see. Let's just maybe make some lines on the cupcake wrapper. so that it doesn't look so flat. There. That's not too bad. Okay, so because it's a cupcake, I will add color and I might even add sparkle. Oh, I need to close this. I don't want that to run out or dry out. Got some water over here and colors. I'm gonna go with this, whatever this pink color is here. I believe some of these down here are not necessarily Inktense. It might be Graphitent, but you know what? I like this color, so that's what I'm gonna use. It's kind of funny the way the colors like sit on paper and how certain materials work differently on different kinds of paper. Kind of, I don't know. I was having a discussion earlier with someone about this very thing. And it'll be very interesting to see some of the differences with some of these things. I'm just gonna figure out what color I want to mix in with this. Maybe this blue. Hello, blue. Blue is a good color. That's a pretty blue too. We've been having a lot of fun playing Arc. I don't know if anybody plays Arc, but if anybody that watches me plays Arc, but it's kind of a fun game. Lots of things with dinosaurs and trying not to die. We always die. I almost died today. She actually saved me by picking me up with her, what do you call it, pterodon? It was pretty cool. I got knocked off by an elephant raptor, and then the other raptors killed my pterodon. So it was pretty funny. So yeah, that's kind of a pretty hilarious. I'm usually very careful and usually don't have these kinds of issues, but you know, sometimes things happen. And you have no control. I didn't even see it there, to be honest. I was just like, whoops. The wrapper color. I don't actually know what some of these colors are because I'm too far away. So we're just kind of picking random things here. I think this is a brown. It is not a brown. Okay. Well, that is now the color of the table, whatever it is. That's interesting. Also, I've been a little bit like sneezy today. I don't know what's going on. I also had to turn the heat on. It was so cold. It's been absolutely freezing. I mean, it's been so cold the cat has been trying to hide under blankets. Like, and I know that's not saying much because cats like to be really warm, but she's usually pretty okay just hanging out in her little box, like a cat carrier that she uses as a bed. But not lately here, no. Lately she's been very much, it's a little bit too cold even for the cat. Well, that's a good bright color, huh? Good bright color. Sometimes I like how these colors on this. I don't know, sometimes this paper is very strange. It like sucks in the color in a way that I like, but at the same time, sometimes it does where I can't move it. Like it sucks it in too fast. If that makes any sense. But it is supposed to be for ink, and this is not necessarily ink, so I mean, I get it, but it doesn't make it less annoying. But I still like it, so it's okay. That's kind of funny. And if anybody's curious, it's still the same paper that I've been using. I think just this one here. Oops, dropping everything. And it's just this Hanamula hand lettering paper that I bought specifically for Inktober because I knew I was going to end up using a lot of ink. So I figured that my best bet was to just use paper made for ink specifically. Okay, so this next one is for chained. And yeah, so that's going to be a little different. I tried to draw this like really carefully, but we'll see. It's a little bit. There were just so many pictures that looked very similar online that when I was trying to find a reference, I was just like, okay, this is crazy. But I'm okay with it. Like the ones that I used several different pictures off of Pixabay to kind of try to get something that looked kind of how I wanted it to. And then I tried to draw it freehand without doing anything. Like usually I use like the helping lines kind of method in my sketchbook, and then I tried to just like freehand this one out. So we'll see. Because it's not like I really had any like actual reference for this one. Like there are some reference photos I used, but I didn't copy anything specific. So I don't know how to explain it. Like I used pictures to figure out the shape of the heart. And the chains I kind of guessed on. So this might not look all that good. The chains, I'm kind of worried about that part. But we'll see. As long as I'm staying on frame here. Has anybody else been doing Inktober this time around? I'm actually kind of proud of myself. Last year I only made it to like day 6. I'm trying to still be a little bit quiet, but it's okay. And this year I've kind of made it. I've done all the days so far. If I count these, I mean, if I don't count the fact that I missed these ones, but come on. We had a really bad storm, so a lot of wind and rain, and I had to keep retying the tarp on the table, which is really annoying, actually. I probably need to figure out a better way for that to be, like, stuck to the table somehow. the outside table, because it's not like I can just move the table in the house. There's not enough space in the house. So, oh man, I totally messed that up. No, we'll try to fix it. That's the one thing that I don't like about using ink so much, is that if you screw up, you kind of have to either figure out some way to get rid of the screw up, gouache or white out or something, or you have to start over, like completely. And that's kind of meh. Nobody wants to start over. Why would anybody want to do that? Oh, I didn't leave that open. See, this was supposed to be open here. Because then this is kind of closed off, and then this is supposed to be open there. Oops. Oh well. And this will be here. Okay. So I'm going to try and put in these veining lines without totally messing up. They're just really squiggly lines. And I'm sure that if this was like an anatomy thing, like a specific anatomy thing, I would have more specific and precise lines, but for now, it is literally just what it is. This is supposed to be kind of dark here. Also here. And here. And kind of should maybe have the lines going the same way, huh? That might be helpful. It's not the most horrible that it could be. I mean, it could be way worse. Not bad for freehand where I've never tried to draw a heart before. Let's see. I'm trying to roll the eraser back into a ball because sometimes that happens. I don't want to roll it around too much though on the table, I mean, because then it gets like it gets more sticky for some reason. But these ones are always the best. They're like always the most fun to mess with, these erasers. I mean, I like the little Tombow ones too when I can find them for like fine details and stuff, but for just erasing pencil lines and stuff, I prefer this way. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to grab that gray over here because that looks like a fun color. And we're just going to very carefully add gray onto the chains. I really like this paintbrush for this, by the way, because it's really sharp. Oh, I have hit the magnet on that one, huh? That always, that kind of sucks when that happens. But that's okay, because it means I'm using it, and that's exactly what the purpose of that was, so that I'm not just throwing them out. Let's just see when that pencil needs sharpened next time. Oh, I thought it was a gray. I think that's a silver. Oops. Oh well, it's okay. I thought it was a light gray though. But that is alright. Now it's a question of, do I add a red or not a red? A red or not a red? Maybe we'll just do little tiny bits of red. Like, in the sections where there's like these, I was trying to do that to show like the direction of the lines. But maybe that's like the wrong idea. It's okay though. In my defense, it is 2 o'clock in the morning, so. And then there's, always just sitting and talking, and we'll see where this goes, if it goes anywhere. I could just have ruined this whole thing because I wanted to add color because I'm weird. Maybe I'll just add color to this whole chunk here. Okay, I think I like that better actually. Just gonna have to make sure that there's enough water in there. To spread this out, because so that it doesn't dry out too fast, because that would suck. Because otherwise I end up with those lines. And I don't want, because, well, but that's okay. I've seen worse with Inktense, because sometimes you get the really streaky thing going on with them. But yeah, things happen. I'll probably have to darken that in there, because that would make more sense. And these are also just red. I'm just gonna do them all red. That seems like the best plan. I might take a slightly darker red though for inside an edge here. Cause yeah, the same with that. Also over here, because it's the edge. I might use that same red in there over the top of that. Dipping in the water. Trying to get really close to the chains without actually painting over them. And yeah. I should take my time, but I know. I am trying to not have the line issue. So that's would be why I am attempting to kind of hurry it along, as it were. I think the next one, though, I won't add color because it doesn't really need it. Because the next one is for scratchy, and don't think it will need the color. Hello, people. See, there's 3 people watching. Do not dry. Don't dry. It wants to dry, but I need to not let it dry. Because I need to be able to move it. It's kind of the same. Get up there. There we go. And I'm okay with some color difference because obviously there would be color difference, but let's see. No, okay, that was bad. It went all the way up in there. I think I should have pushed it down into there instead of pushing it up out of it. Oh well, I'll have to try and fix it. Pretty sure I took the right color. Might just be because it's really, really wet. That's a possibility. Yeah, it's the same color, it's just it was just really thick in that section. Ooh, what was that? I just gotta figure out what to put in the, if I want to add the darker color in the part or not. Oh, that would be my dishwasher. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. But yeah, that happens. Alright, I'm gonna grab some of that darker red to fill in there, but it's not as dark as I thought it was. That happens too. That's okay. It'll be fine. Not gonna do that. I'm gonna add like this maybe. I want to gray it out a little bit inside this part here. And then also here. Okay. It's moving more than I wanted it to, but that's okay. adding some slightly darker areas is all. Just I feel like it needs it. Oh, that's okay. Okay. Now I'm going to put that to the side to dry and start filling in the lines for scratching, because for me it is the 22nd. It might be 3 o'clock in the morning, but it's the 22nd. And this one's a little bit messy in the pencil sketch, but we'll see. If you guys can kind of guess what this is. Kind of hoped I would be able to make it look more sketchy, but then I was kind of like, that might take away a long while. Why are words hard? So, yeah. And my cat loves to pull herself around her scratching post pretty much consistently. So that's kind of what this is supposed to be. It's like when they really get going and they're like pulling themselves and their claws are fully extended into that Cecil rope stuff. You would think that was like the best thing in the world. It must be like an amazing feeling to be able to like, I don't know, do what they do sometimes. Because she's pretty obsessed with scratching stuff up. It just is what it is. And we're just gonna start working on the rope, which is pretty easy. Basically just making these long things with that little like half circle thing on the end. To represent the rope, and then we can do designs on them or not. I find it easier to pull the pen down as opposed to going up, so I'm going to turn the paper this way. And I'm just going to keep moving this way. I should just keep filling in this space all the way down to the other paw. Kind of pressing a little too hard, and I can hear it. I'm trying to loosen up so I don't ruin my pen, but at the same time, it's not really always that simple. Struggling with pressure is always a problem. For some people find it really easy and can do very light and be okay. And some of us are just very heavy-handed and should probably stick to pastels. But it is what it is, and that's okay. I need to put more rope on her scratching posts. She has them torn to shreds. Not that I mind. I just find it so funny how much she enjoys running into pieces. Okay. Now, if we were going to add details, it would be like just like this, a little loose, a little loop, like just as if they're like kind of twisted in on themselves, and they don't have to line up, and they don't have to be the same size or the same width, or because this kind of rope is never even, it's never the same. But for these, I find this part easier to do by pushing them, because pulling them always ends up with them being uneven and weird. And I don't want to just go in and just do straight lines, because that could be, I don't know, that just doesn't add anything, I think. It would just look weird. Except for where there's these words like the pause in the way, so it's like, okay. And they don't have to connect. Actually, it's probably better that they don't connect. But there's some of them over there that she uses where they're like, it's like full on stretched out beyond recognition. And they're like shredded out, so there's like pieces sticking out all over the place, where they're tied together in a knot, or because I tried to reconnect them temporarily until I can get more rope, which is kind of funny. It's just a matter of making sure that we finish filling in all of the little spots before it can be called done. And that's the important part, right? Always finishing it, or trying to. But these would all be going in the same direction because the rope is twisted around the pole, or the whatever it is. She has a square one and a round one, so the square one I made myself. It allows her to get up on top of the TV cabinet, which is pretty nice. Hello. How are you? That's good. I couldn't sleep, so I decided to finish these off. Because, yeah, for some reason I felt like I needed to get them done. Probably because it's too hard to do them when everybody's home and awake. So, also been playing Ark with me on all day. So, there's that. We did get pretty far, though. Which is a good thing. Although when she logged off, I stayed on for quite a while, which was probably not the smartest thing to do, but that's okay. And to get some stuff done that I can't do when we're both on because my computer can't handle it. I almost feel like I'm messing this up somehow. So many more rows. That's okay. We like the rows. The rows are there for a reason. I could have made these much smaller, but that would have taken way longer. And I didn't really want to do that. It should be kind of messy, technically speaking. But we're just gonna leave it alone. Trying to get it. Each one of these little things in here is kind of harder than it looks. Mostly because, at least for me, I start seeing them in places where I shouldn't be seeing them. And I think I messed that one up, but that's okay. It is okay. I have to keep telling myself, if I don't necessarily point it out, no one will notice. And yet I point it out anyway. Does anybody else do that? Seems to be a common thing that people do. I also need to get these all the way down to the line before I pick up my pencil. Pen. It's a pen. Rambling to myself at 3 o'clock in the morning. Because that's what we do. Catch any cool new dragons on the Flight Rising thing? I have a bunch that are supposed to hatch tomorrow. If anybody's curious and doesn't know what that is, it's a internet browser game where you basically breed dragons and hatch baby dragons and try to sell them. It's a weird game. But the baby dragons are cute. Which is probably why I still play. But it's one of those things you can do like really fast over it with your phone or something. That's what I do for the most part. Those funny little Cecil rope thingies. Ooh, more tomorrow. That's always fun. So add weird color to this or to not add color to this. I don't think it really needs color because, what do you call it? Chibi's paws are white, so she's always hugging the damn scratching post. I mean, and then she like spins around it, which is the most hilarious thing ever. She like, grabs it and then spins in circles, pulling herself around it with her paws. Which is kind of hilarious. They have this little thing where the tips go in, like, because I don't know, she really gets them in there. Anybody else have cats that really get their claws into the scratching post? Sometimes I can even pick like full claw caps out of the Cecil. Anyway, so it is. I don't even know how long I've been on here. It doesn't say. Oh, almost an hour. Almost an hour. So I did today. I did frost, which is just this little cupcake thing, and chains, and scratchy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think I'm gonna try and go get some sleep, and I will hopefully be back on schedule now and be able to finish the last, was it 7 or 8 days before it's done? Was it 20? Yeah, so 8 days. So yeah, I hope you guys have a really great day, and I will catch you guys hopefully Monday.